Leg day. Besides being important not to skip, it is vital for a 50 plus guy to make sure it can be done safely and yet still get you the best results. You want your reward to be high and your risks to be low. You want to make sure that you are getting results and it's effective training, but you don't want any injuries, and you want to make sure you can recover in sufficient time. The best way to train your legs when you're over 50 is with special thought and care. We can't be using the same training protocols as we did in our 30s or our 40s. I'm going to give you two practical, straightforward, excellent, maximized leg workouts that you can use as a 50 plus guy and be able to do so safely. But before I do that, my name is Andrew Kolasko, and from here on out, I am your very own longevity coach for you men 50 plus. Every week, I'm here to give you the no BS insider info on the training protocols and modalities that will really move the needle on your health span, giving you the best future years ahead of you to increase your cardiovascular robustness, your lean muscle mass, and your strength, as well as your sense of well-being. Let's get it all together in one package and put it together for an effective way that's going to work for you. So lock it here on this channel. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and leave a like if you think the content's great, which is going to be. So we'll get into it right now. And speaking of subscribing and getting the most out of this channel, I want you to stick around to the end because I am doing a special giveaway. That's right, this is my 91st video, and on a countdown from 91 to 100, I'm gonna do a giveaway. It's for over $500 prize pack, and it's gonna be for anyone that leaves a comment on this video or any of my videos. So stick around to the end and I'm gonna give you all the details on how you can participate. I will be 59 in March, and I've been training differently in the last 10 years when it comes to my legs as opposed to any time before that. It takes some special nuance when you're 50, 60, 70, because I've got clients that are 53, 63, and 73 coincidentally, and those are just some of the examples, but I got the full breadth of those different decades there, and I can tell you that we have to be able to train our legs in a way that is going to keep us pain-free, injury-free, and recovery. DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, is a big thing for guys when you're this age. I mean, you get it when you're 30, but it is worse when you're twice that age and you're 60. So we have to make sure that we are doing the things before our workout and after our workout and during our workout that are going to get us the best leg results, because they're a little tenuous. You know, your legs, they make up what, a third of your body? So a lot of muscle in there, and we've got to be careful and thoughtful when we put your legs to work. The first thing we're going to do is make sure that you have a good warm up before you get to those legs. Check out my video here on how to warm up. These are great exercises, going to get your whole body warmed up, which is important. You can't just, do some light lifts with your legs, because your back, your shoulders, your neck, all these type of different parts of your body get involved, and we need to be loose and limber to be able to work those legs hard, because there's other parts of our body that are going to be affected. Legs, they're carrying you around, and everything else too. So we got to make sure that you're fully warmed up. So follow that. You should be doing 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of warm up at least. Some of the fitness influencers out there, they're saying, do this for 2 minutes or just do a light warm up, and that's your warm up. Well, coming from a 35-year-old guy and coming from a 65-year-old guy, I gotta tell you, two different worlds, okay? Some of these young fitness influencers, I'm sorry, they just don't get it. We are needing to do that warm up. So make sure it's essential that you do it so that you get good recovery and that you're ready to go and lift hard, because our purpose here is to put as much tension and stress and load on that muscle as possible. So we want to be fluid in our body to be able to do so. With your warm-up in place, let's get on to workout leg day number 1. The one-legged leg press will exercise and target the glute max. Any exercise that pulls the leg backward, like a sprint kickback, will engage the glute max. This exercise should be considered hip dominant as opposed to quad dominant. Keep the pressure through your foot/heel and do not allow the low back to come off that pad. I've chosen the belted squat over the traditional squat because of the reward to risk ratio. The reward is high because I'm able to directly load my quads and do a quad dominant squat. I can put substantial load, tension, and force on my quads. I am squatting 555 pounds here. I am not putting any extra load on my back, strain on my shoulders, or awkward positioning getting on and off of the squat rack. My quads are what we're concentrating on here. That's a specific leg section we're working on here, quads. So let's just work the quads. In a hip thrust, you should really think about pushing directly downward into the floor, upward into the belt, and backward into the back pad. As you can see, I'm raising my heels at the end of the movement. This would be training your glutes with a squeeze as opposed to the one-legged press that I showed you earlier, which trains the glutes in a stretch. Your seated leg curl would be more of a long focused muscle length as opposed to a short focused muscle length when you're face down. In the top portion of the leg curl, as in when your knees are straight, ensure you emphasize context with the thigh pad support. Ideally, the lower part of your quads should not leave the pads. In the bottom portion of the leg curl, ensure you emphasize contact with the handles, either the ones in front of you or the ones on the sides of the seat like I'm doing here. The nice thing about leg extensions is much of the stability work is done for you. However, during the leg extension phase, it is important to emphasize the use of the handles next to you so that you do not get pulled up and out of the seat as you push into the pads. Think about driving the pad away from you towards the wall in front of your body. The standing straight knee will prioritize your outer calf. That's the Gastrocnemius. Imagine a string tugging down on the heel to lengthen the calves and a string tugging up on the heel to shorten the calves. Okay, now we're on to your second leg workout for your week. With rear lunges, I recommend implementing a stability strategy. By that I mean, see how I'm using the vertical bars of the squat rack for stability? I would recommend doing this for any single glute motion. Keep your stance narrow to target the glutes over your quads. Again, like the one-legged leg press from the previous workout, we are pulling the leg backward with a kickback and thereby engaging more of a sprinter movement. This is why sprinters have spectacular glute development. Your face front kneeling leg curl would be more of a short focused muscle length as opposed to the long focused muscle length we did when we were seated. In the bottom portion of the leg curl, ensure you grip and stabilize yourself with the handles in front of you. I'm simply using a different version of leg extension equipment here. This is just to add a bit of variety and alter the angle ever so slightly. Again, it is important to use the handles next to you so that you do not get pulled up and out of the seat as you push into the pads. This exercise will work your abductors. The abductor group is one of the largest in the body and contains 5 or more muscles. It's helpful to think about the muscles that sit on the inner thighs when you think about the abductors. To directly load the abductor group of muscles, the leg must be pulled away from the midline by the resistance of the machine. Keep in mind the arc of your leg and pads as you move through the motion. When the abductors are lengthened, as in your legs are spread, think about pushing the pads forward away from you. When the abductors are shortened, your legs are together, think about squeezing the pads and your legs towards one another. This is how to directly load the side glutes. The leg must be pushed inward toward the midline to load the side glutes. Note that I am not substantially leaned forward, but I am more upright. My hips and legs are at an open angle so that the motion leads primarily the glute min and med. To directly load the calves, we must create a force that attempts to push the foot so that the angle between the shin and your foot is smaller. When performing seated calf raises, most of the stability work is done for you via the machines, i.e. the pad contacts. During any calf raise, ensure that your foot contact is just below the balls of the feet. Pressing through the toes will just make your feet feel like they're doing all the work. Imagine moving through the heels as if there's a string attached to the back of your heel that you're pulling upward toward the knee. This seated raise will work more of the inner calf, that's the soleus. Those are your workouts for your 2 different leg workout days. Whew, it's a lot of work, but you're gonna get a big payoff. Now, the other thing that you need to do after each of your leg workouts is do some active stretching. I want to make sure those quads are stretched. I want to make sure those calves are stretched, those hamstrings are stretched, and do like a pigeon. That'll work out your glutes. Do that stretch as well, because your recovery is important and you want to keep that full lengthening of the muscle limber, right? You want to keep it loose because it's going to tighten up on you. And also the next time you get to the gym, you don't want it to be all bunged up on you. You want it to be able to flow nice throughout the entire leg movement. Being 50 plus, those leg workouts, they can be brutal. And I'm talking about the recovery days here. Once again, the DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. This is a real thing. And sometimes it can be, 2, 3, even 4 days in. How else can we relax that muscle? Bring it back to a parasympathetic state. We've talked about this in other videos, and you can see how important it is that after your workout, which stimulates the sympathetic state, which is your fight or flight, okay? That's the stress type of mode that you're in, and that's fine when you're working out, but then you want to get out of it. What I'm using, I'm very excited to show you, and I've got a video of the unboxing. It's a Newtek leg compression sock type of thing. And what it's doing is it's helping with not only your recovery, it's going to help loosen up those muscles and keep them relaxed, helping you get into that parasympathetic state, but it's also going to help you with circulation. As we get older, our baroreceptors do become kind of numbed in that they don't work as well. So circulation, you may feel it in your ankles, in your sides of your knees, in your feet. And that's just something that happens as we age. Now, you want to get that relaxation in there because it's going to help your muscle feel great. It's going to help keep them loose, which is what you want. And plus, we want to make sure we got that circulation so that you're feeling, once again, great. And I'm going to go into it right now and unbox it and show you the details. I have received my Newtek leg compression leg massager. Excited to get into this. As you can tell from my previous workouts, that I work my legs extremely hard, and recovery and circulation are important. And it takes a few more days to recover, and looking to this to help speed up that recovery, help speed up that relaxation time, that recovery time. We can see from looking inside the box, it's pretty simply put together here. We've got the actual compression leg gloves, so to speak, that would go around. And then we've got our adapter, of course. Okay, got everything out of the box. It's pretty straightforward. Even the remote is extremely straightforward. There is a manual with it, but I don't think you're going to need it. It's self-explanatory as you look at this. So with the leg compression pieces, the suggestion is that you just keep the foot piece done up, so it's just easier to get on rather than trying to do it every time. But I will point out, as I turn the unit on, you do have here that you're going to have the airbag on the left of your foot, on the right of your foot, and then there's an airbag on each side of your ankle, and as well as the bottom of your foot. So you're able to get your foot covered up nicely that way and get the massage going. Because basically what happens is that air will circulate throughout the entire, it's not all the force at once, it's circulating through the various areas. So on the left hand of your calf area, you've got an airbag, as well as on the right side, and we'll do that up, and we'll slide into the right one as well. So I'm really glad that there's all that airbag around the ankle foot area, because at age 58, your feet, you do really feel them. I have arthritis, I have plantar fasciitis, and I grew up with flat feet, and you can tell that those have taken a beating. So those are sore often with my feet, and I can tell you, even at this short duration, that it feels good. It's got a pulsating motion throughout the feet area, and I can feel it on the calves. These are all the areas that are mostly sore, and after the day after your leg workout or a couple days after, those are the areas that you're feeling the most tight. And so once again, with the circulation and the recovery, I can't see why it wouldn't help with that, as it's massaging through the entire foot, calf, ankle area, all in one. I'm at the end of my session. 20 minutes is recommended, twice a day, and you could do longer as well, it's saying. And my feet feel great. It was really nice towards the bottom of my calf. That's such a tight place for me. It gets so bunged up in there. And as well with my feet, I just think there's so many muscles in the feet, you know, and they don't always get the attention that they need. We put them away in shoes, and we find that, you know, they don't get the tender, loving care that they need. I mean, you know, our hands are exposed to that type of thing, and our dexterity in our feet and our hands is actually quite similar. So we need that kind of circulation and movement going through our feet. Well, that was nice. I really sincerely enjoyed that. My calves, my ankles, my feet, they feel a lot looser. I can feel the mobility and just the overall like looseness back. I mean, that's great. I mean, as part of being 50 plus, you know, we do have a few more aches and pains than we used to, but you add on the tough workouts that you need to do and the kind of intensity and that kind of thing. I mean, then you're going to have that a day or two, or maybe even 3 days after. So I'm excited to use this in front of the TV. Rollers are great too, but what I find is I just don't even think about doing rollers, and it's kind of like an extra step and it's some extra time in my day. This, I can just kick back, relax, give it a go, and have that kind of recovery and get that overall circulation going. I really genuinely like that feeling that it's given me with the circulation, and this is because this has always been a tough area for me, my feet. And all my years of fitness, this has been the area that I struggle with the most. You know, in the middle of the night and that type of thing, when you have to step across to go to use the washroom and that type of thing, you know, they can be so tight and so sore, but I really feel like it's loosened them up, and I'm gonna be keeping this by the couch to use on a regular basis. So seriously consider getting the Newtek leg massager. You want that circulation, you want that recovery. This unit will definitely help with it. I can't believe how long it lasts after I use it. I'm just feeling great, and this is something that's really nice to do as you're sitting in front of the TV, and it just keeping that legs loose, because they're gonna tighten up on you after you do those leg workouts, I guarantee. So if you want to get one, you can use a 5% off code in the description below. You'll see a link, use that, and if there's any site-wide sale or anything like that, this can be used on top of it. So get that, help you with recovery, help you with your circulation. I recommend. Hey, now on to the prize giveaway that I mentioned. This is video 91. So I'm doing a countdown to my 100th video that's going to come out in January. And at that time, I will be doing a draw for over $500 worth of giveaways. I'm going to be using my affiliates, and I've got one affiliate confirmed, and I may have more coming on board. Plus, I've got my own RUCK. That's right. Even my RUCK pack, I'm looking at giving one of those away. So this is a big deal, putting up a lot. I want to increase my subscribers, so I need you to make sure that you're subscribed and also leave a comment. So I've got 91 videos out as of this video, and you could leave a comment on each one of those videos. That would give you 91 entries. That makes sense? So you can't double up with comments on the same video to get an entry, but you can all the separate ones. So go back and watch those. And what you will win? Particular longevity supplements, including the awesome TMG, which you can check out my videos on that to see how much efficacy and effective that is, because there's a ton of research to support it. We've got everything with AKG, we've got NR, we've got spermidine, we've got resveratrol, we've got apigen, we've got, did I say NR? We got quercetin. There are 10 of these, and you're gonna get one of each. Plus, as I mentioned, Thank you for everyone that's been supporting RUCK. My RUCK packs, they've been selling all over Indiana, Ohio, New Jersey, New Mexico, California. It's been Washington, Florida, Tennessee. Did I say Tennessee? I appreciate all of you supporting me. And so I'm putting one of these up for that 100th video. You will be able to win this unit here. And it's going to come with what is standard with the RUCK, and that is 4 of these 5-pound adaptive filler packs. That's the secret sauce. This is what's going to make your rucking experience so comfortable because this contours and conforms to your body. So 20 pounds of those plus this. You got to see the construction on this. The shoulder strap, ingenuity with where the adaptive filler packs goes, the comfort. I just been getting some feedback, some testimonials, unrequested, but just them just giving me feedback about how spectacular and how comfortable this is. That's working their legs and not sore on their shoulders. And I'm gonna buck up and give you guys one of these if you get your entries in and you're able to get as many of those as possible. Just looking, some of my particular supplements are falling, but Friday, January 23rd, 2026, that'll be my 100th video drop. So I want to make sure that you're subscribed if you haven't already, and I want you to comment on here. And I do respond to all the comments on my channel. It means a lot to me. And if you like the content, leave a like, and I will see you here again next week. Continue to keep it locked here so we can get the modalities, the protocols to increase your health span, your fitness, your overall performance, and your athleticism, and all those good things that you're going to want to have the best years, to have the best health span in front of you as you can. So we'll see you here next week. Thanks for watching.